This is an arc analysis.
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 This is arc analysis.
I kind of want to see how long you were just going to keep running that back for. Because we've yet to have a coherent intro to our most popular segment episodes that we do, which is arc analysis.
I was gonna keep changing my not accent, just I guess accent. I was gonna change the output of my voice.
Yeah,
until I got sick of it, and then
I don't like that. No, I want you to change the words that you're saying, not how you're saying the words.
I would never. I would just ride it.
No, you should. See, you're giving me new meat energy, and I don't want new meat energy. I want soft cheese energy for this to dust off some old gems.
Listen, the strain it took to get in here tonight to do this recording after all that nonsense.
They don't know that.
I know. I'm telling them. That's where the new meat's coming from.
No, they don't know that. Don't grill them. They don't.
No, I'm grilling them. Oh, I'm grilling them. I'm grilling up the new meats.
Welcome, new meats. We haven't seen you in a long time, but this should be a good one. This should be an interesting one, to be honest with you.
Interesting. What I actually was going to do it. The Moon is Following Us, Volume 1. Image Comics 2024, written and drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson and Riley Rossmo. So Daniel Warren Johnson does most of the writing and Riley Rossmo does most of the art, but they have credits in both. So co-created by.
So is that so that's a cheat code? Because usually we give a higher standings to a writer artist, but that's typically one person doing it. Mm-hmm. Now they're both saying they're doing both. So, I mean.
Well, to be fair, what it says is it says co-created, written, art by Daniel Warren Johnson. Co-created, art by Riley Rossmo.
And then in the issue, Riley Rossmo never has a writer credit.
Yeah.
And Daniel Warren is above.
So I'm trying to figure out. I thought it was Daniel Warren Johnson that did it all himself, but
I don't know.
Hey, who's to say?
Well,
who's to say?
I would assume one of them is to say. One of them is getting a bigger paycheck than the other one.
They muddle this stuff up on purpose. Anyways, that's your creative team. That's your publisher. That's your year. That's your title. And this is the story.
Well, this came from your pull list, which is how often do we do that? Which is this is a gem in itself.
This will be the first time.
Yeah.
This is the first time. Young girl Penny is how old is she? Like 8, 9? They don't really say, do they? Penny is locked in a sort of coma that nobody can explain. So her desperate parents meet a man named Tash who can take them into her subconscious, where a virus has taken hold of her, and they must war with the legions of the Cascade to win her back. The Cascade being the name of the virus.
And the parents being Duncan and Samantha.
Sam, yep.
Clearly we like one more than the other. They gotta stop doing that, man. That comes up a lot.
What character wise? Like, here's the one you're supposed to like, here's the one you don't like?
Yes, but when it's a husband and wife kind of duo, they make one haphazard and kind of a loaf to loser, and they make one super kind of not militant, but they can get anything done. One's a Wonder Woman, so me bearing the lead. Who would you assume the Wonder Woman is? But one seems useless until maybe the very end, but I don't know.
But even still, that you're right, because when you read these comic books of married couples, it's funny because this was for me this comic was kind of like the straw that broke the back, and I was kind of like, this is really weird that they keep doing this. Mm-hmm. So it's so funny you bring that up, because I'm like, I think about my own relationship, and I'm like, we're not this far apart on anything to do with our kids, they're just you think that if your child is in a coma, at the beginning, I understand, right? Mm-hmm. So what happens is Penny just kind of goes to sleep one day and never wakes up, or doesn't wake up for months.
Worst nightmare for a parent, by the
Absolutely.
way. That's terrible. What do you do to this?
Absolutely.
And so that sense of urgency is already heightened in the comic, which is amazing.
And I get that one parent is more open to the ideas of kind of, not, I was gonna say passing her around to figure out what's going on, but taking on eccentric techniques to kind of figure out what's going on there, because the hospital's not doing anything, the specialists aren't doing anything. So when Tash shows up with his owls, because he flies in on owls,
was a good
It
intro.
was awesome. She's like, Samantha's like, okay, yeah. He's like, I can help your daughter, but you gotta trust me. Basically put these helmets on that wire you
Right.
to her subconscious. And Sam's like, all right, let's do it. And Duncan's like, well, I don't know, but it's kind of like, well, man, what
Yeah.
do you like? I kind of understand that part of it, but once they're in the game, quote unquote game,
It's by any means
that's what I
necessary.
mean. It's like
Yeah.
all bets are off. My kid's in danger. So,
Yep.
but so
Yep.
to see
Yep.
Duncan keep like taking pause and like, well,
He's such a wuss. He's a wuss.
you're a liability. Come on.
And Sam looks like a
Yeah.
heroine in the game.
Yeah.
So
She's got
like,
the
if that did, listen, we're gonna talk about. I guess what was I gonna say there. I don't want to say it. I censored myself. What were we gonna talk about? Like they drew Sam powerful,
She looks like Big Barda. She got the Big Barda armor, but she's got the Wonder Woman like build. Yeah.
physique, yes, and she's got a dump,
You
which
saw
looks great.
that one panel in like the first issue? And
One panel, it's
bam!
like six panels
No,
where
but that
like
one where she's like a splash page is just
yes,
booty in your
there's
face.
one yes, and then you see meek little Duncan in the corner,
Mm.
just like always hunched over, always
Yeah.
like fragile, or always like. So I don't know if that's you need this yin to yang, but I don't think it's that. I don't think they balance out each other, and I don't think it's a juxtaposition of like you need something super powerful to show something weak. It just looks like Duncan's a liability constantly.
Constantly. And like they don't I understand you want to build up their characters, whatever, but I don't think they need to be this far apart. They can
No,
kind of be a bit more centered and one's a little more cautious in some instances, but come on, man. Like your kid's
to your
life is on
credit,
this.
show me this type of Duncan outside the game, but inside the game, he's got to be a complete different version of
That's what I'm
himself
saying.
because my daughter's on the line.
Like you're in it now. There's no time to be like, well, I don't know. This doesn't look
Yeah,
safe. Like, listen, bro.
right. So it's super odd that I mean I'm glad you noticed it, but it's super odd how much writers turn down the male character so much and turn up the female
hmm
character a lot.
hmm
The only one that I can remember being balanced is Saga. Saga's a really even keel of like both of these guys are capable, but they both understand like we're trying to save our daughter.
That's a
They
good point.
have
Yeah, that's a good one.
they
Yeah,
have flaws, but they balance out each other. Like that's actual yin and yang.
and even still, yeah, because you're right. Because even still in that book, like Marcus is more of like a creative. Like he's more of an artist, right? He doesn't want to
Hmm.
get his hands dirty, where his wife
Hmm.
does. But at the same time, they understand what when there's stakes, right? And it's all bets are off, and that's how that was. I was a little disappointed in this book for that because he's Duncan never really snaps out of it.
No, in like 3 pages, he ends up throwing up
Yeah,
from doing like the jump between real world to fantasy world, and I'm like, your wife could hold it down. You can't hold it down.
yeah, but he's probably the least interesting character because when they get into the subconscious of their daughter of Penny, you meet all these really cool characters that aren't
Hmm.
really fleshed out too much, but it's the fact that what they are like figments of her toys and stuff growing up because she's been
Hmm.
locked in her subconscious so long. The whole world of her and subconscious is inhabited with like her experiences and her
Right.
memories. So all the like the teddy bear that she lost out the side of the car that lost an eye, he has an eye patch, or sorry, the frog, sorry,
The
has an
frog,
eye
yeah.
patch and he's like ready for war. But they don't
Brio,
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 yeah.
yeah. The teddy bear that turns into like it's a giant teddy
That's
bear in her bed, but now he's a militant man
yeah.
in her dreams. So like he's in army fatigues and suited up.
That's really fun. I like when they show us pictures like the room and you can point out what's what
Yeah.
from. That's really fun to do. They don't, like I said, they don't really get fleshed out much, so I don't know what's going to happen there. What I didn't know about this going in is that this is only a 10 issue run. So we're doing
Okay.
the first 5 issues now. So at some point, we obviously have to go back, do 6. Might as well finish off 6 and 10,
Yeah,
right?
we will. It's gonna finish now. That changes a lot for me.
Yeah, yeah, because it moves fast, and now you know why.
I enjoyed that though.
Yep.
Like I liked how the first issue they were already in the
Yeah,
world and we're playing catch up as the audience and it's frantic pace.
yeah,
Like you're just trying to be like, what are they going for? What are they going? And like little sparks of their daughter and her looking at the moon, which I don't know how it circles together, but I'm hoping it does. And then issue two is like the background and like how we entered this world, which is a complete different sort of motif than every other comic.
yeah.
Usually comics wait till like the fourth issue if it's a 5 issue run or the ninth issue if it's 10 issue run to do that flashback. They usually just drop us in the world and let us kind of pick up what we need to before we learn how everything started. So for me, it was kind of refreshing. The second issue, they're like, okay, this is what happened to your daughter, and like this is how you met Tash, and like this is the world that we have to jump into. Let's jump into it. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I appreciate that too. I remember reading. We were talking about a book recently. I don't remember what it was, but it kind of lost me because it was too mysterious for too long. Like it was like
Hmm.
8 issues in. I'm like, I still don't know what's going on. Like you got to give me something. This issue gives you all the foundation you need, like you said in the second issue. So here's
Right.
Tash. Here's the family. Here's where we are. Here's why they think she's in a coma. And now it's like, oh, okay, awesome. Because like you said, that first issue is like breakneck. It's like, oh, what's going on? And the second issue is like, well, this is what's going on. And then the third issue, we can kind of keep going. And now it's all out war. I was like, what's this issue 3? And we're
Yeah.
all out war. It's like, whoa, this is moving real fast. Okay, they got a lot planned.
But issue 3 to 5 turned into something crazier, and I don't know if it works for it or against it. Now, there's some reveals. I think we're saving super spoilers,
We can save super super duper spoilers because this is a book from 2024, so it's relatively new.
but there's a few reveals and a few twists that work, and then there's one that I was like, I don't
In
know.
the ending,
I That's the one that I didn't
I
mind.
didn't like
I
that
didn't
one.
mind that
Yeah, I
one.
was like,
It's the first one I was like, I don't
that
know.
was weird.
That,
So that when we were doing our pull lists, I read the first 3 issues. So everything up to that kind of reveal, I was like, that's where I stopped. I was like, this is, and I think I remember saying it in the episode where like I was like, I couldn't tell you what happened, but I was like, there's a reveal here that makes it
yeah.
different. That I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop here, and we'll see where this goes. I kind of think it is like I have a theory about how that all works because they kind of show you. I'm trying to say I'm trying to think if I should just spoil that one part because they
If you do, I get to talk about how I feel the character dynamic works for that reveal.
the grandma. Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's a mother-in-law, then Duncan should be a different type of character in this world.
Mhm. It's her mom's mom.
Yes. So that's why I feel like Duncan is miscast in
Mhm.
this. Because here's your opportunity as a husband and the mother-in-law relationship to kind of exact some sort of, and I granted, I'm sure there's husbands out there that love their mothers-in-law, but for the most part there's always some sort of turmoil of like, okay, you have an existing life before you came into this family, and now you're in this family, and now I have to put up with extra stuff because I love your daughter who's my wife. But we're in this fantasy world, so I can kind of be more of a dick to you because you're being a dick to me.
Mhm.
Like that's an opportunity for hilarity and crazy action that I thought was missed with the reveal that I liked.
Right. So do you want to know my theory there? I'm gonna tell you anyways. I
Sure. You think I was gonna say no in this
well,
ending?
I should in my head. I was like, I pause for him to answer, but I'm like, it doesn't matter what he says. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
go.
I'm gonna tell it. Yeah, just go.
I don't think it's actually the grandma. I think it's
Okay.
I think it's the grandma's face
On some on.
because they show you the next issue over. I think 4. It could be 3. I don't know. It's actually 3. It's the same issue where Penny. It's a flashback
Mhm.
where Penny's actually conscious, and she goes to check in. I guess they're in the hospital or something, and she goes peeks into the room, and she can see her mom crying at her mother's
Mhm.
bedside. And I think
Right.
what's happened is Penny's kind of,
Subconsciously.
yeah, has
Yeah.
locked that into her mind as a traumatic experience, and so that's why uh, her grandmother's face shows up in her subconscious. I don't think it's actually the grandma. I think it's her version of the grandma. If that kind of like the version of her stuffed animals, right?
Fair enough.
That's
Do you think they're saving the other because the grandmother comes in a pair as villains, right? Like it's supposed to be two fangs coming out of the snake's
yeah.
mouth, and they only give the reveal of one fang. Do you think they're saving that other fang for another traumatic or parental character,
I
or do you think they don't even have anything for
I assumed it was
grandpa?
no the I don't want to say the one of the twists that happened.
Oh, okay, okay,
I
okay. Yeah,
assume that's what it was. It was the grandmother, and then but you could be right. Maybe they're letting that kind of be something else. I don't know what. I feel like making another grandparent would be a little tacky, but who knows, right? Who knows?
depends which grandparent.
Yeah,
Because if it's on Duncan's side, then
right.
that changes.
Yeah,
Again, I'm giving Duncan more credit than an emotional weight than he actually gets in the story. Everybody's like Samantha is my favorite character
absolutely.
coming out of here, but we've seen strong sort of mama bear characters in plenty of comics before. This she just seems to be more militant and well put together, and like taking arrows.
I was just gonna say that this guy almost got his wife killed, and then they come
Yep.
back to the real world, and she's got the personality of a saint because she's like they come back to the real world, she's like, ah, it's all good. I was like, are you mad? Like this guy's got no backbone. Like, what is going on?
There's really no time to be right. Like
Exactly.
it's different if we pull our daughter and be like, okay, we need to talk, which is I hope a scene or an issue where she's like, we need to talk, and like you failed me in every possible way as a husband
Because
and a provider.
even in the subconscious, she's like, baby, you got to get your shit together. I'm like, why are you calling him baby right
Yeah.
now? Tough love here. Like, I don't know what's going on, but
So it's great that we both have the same flaw to the
yeah,
book.
yeah,
It's Duncan.
yeah, he's frustrating. He's frustrating for sure. The very last reveal was the one that kind of I groaned at, and it's because
Okay, you're talking about the reveal twist, or how the arc ends with them trying to carry it to the next
how the arc ends. How the
arc.
arc ends.
That burnt me.
Yeah,
The twist didn't. I didn't mind the
twist is
twist.
cool. Twist is cool.
Yes. Okay. To try and get me to keep reading, I was like, "Fuck you
This is
guys."
not the way to do it because there's two things here. Is that one? I just thought the whole thing was like, oh yeah, you know the nightmares are here. I was like, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
come on, man. And then not only that, but
Because
it was like one of those tropes I hate, where it's like the hero's in danger. There's no way to get out. Here come the reinforcements.
yeah, that was the Tyrannosaurus Rex in Jurassic Park,
Yeah,
saving them from
yeah,
Velociraptors,
like
which would have been such an easy thing to set up by issue 2,
mhm,
because she falls deep in sleep and she's having problem with nightmares. She's
exactly.
like, one line of dialogue, 3 panels. You could just show her rocking back and forth. Just establish that they're there in
That's
this
it.
universe.
But no, they had to spin it on, and that burned me. That because that was like I don't
Yeah,
really.
that was cheap.
That's when I was like, I don't really want to read ahead. I was like, oh well, it's only 10 issues, so maybe they can spin this as something better.
But that solidified my review of it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, now I know exactly what this book is.
And it's like, oh man, and because they had built up this tension until then, where I was like, everything seemed against them, like they couldn't win, and I was like,
Mhm.
this is crazy. They really are stuck here. It's like, by the way, here's your cheat code. I was like, oh god damn it.
On top of a lot of cheat codes,
Yeah,
because they don't really give you a lot of parameters of what the world can do, but they meet a lot of characters that just give them stuff that they can do shit with.
yeah.
Like that bat guy who's like,
Big
let me suck your
face,
blood,
big face.
pig face, and then like gives them cubes and like helicopter. It's like, all right, cool. I read a hell. I was like, hold on a second.
Yeah, yeah.
What's happening? There's a lot of just like imagination, but I appreciate that in the mind of a little girl. That's amazing, right? Like I can kind of suspend disbelief to that. But when every character that you introduce just kind of gives you a MacGuffin to be like, okay, now use this, and it's like, give me some sort of parameters of this world.
That's what it seems like, because I 100% agree with you. They get that cube, and then it turns. Is this a? Oh no, yes, it is. And it's like, but okay, and then it becomes a chopper. And this can be anything. And I was like,
Yeah, it was a Green Lantern ring.
yeah. And I felt the exact same as you. I was kind of like, oh, that's dumb. Oh, but you know what? They are in like a subconscious, so it makes sense. Like
Yeah,
okay, that works.
but that's an easy line of dialogue from Tash to be like, in this world, like there's no training montage,
No,
right? There's no I know kung fu. Just give me a page of like, this is how you operate here, just so at least I know these characters that I'm following understand, if even briefly, how to navigate this world.
and
It's not that they get thrown into the fire and then they're like, okay, here, take this thing. Like, what do I do with this thing? Anything. And it's like, all right, cool.
whatever
It's
you
like,
want.
yeah, like, come
They're
on.
like Lex Luthor in the new Superman movie. Ooh, shots fired. Um,
That's your third shot.
because they just do anything.
You brought it up this
They
time.
have everything. And not to mention, like, Tash flies on owls in the real world.
Yeah.
So, like, what would have been cool is if the real world was like super rigid, where there was no like imagination at all. But that kind of breaks that immersion. Also, does the big machines that stuck on Penny's head. But
Which they don't explain where that came from, too, right? Like, they get state of the art technology. Again, suspend disbelief.
yeah,
Because it's a beautiful looking book, right? Like, we're bearing the
I was just
lead.
gonna ask you, what do you think? How does it look to you though? Because it's
That first issue is so vibrant and so fluid with dynamic action that you can't keep up. That I almost don't mind that Duncan's a cook, because Sam's just taking the lead,
Mhm.
and like I don't mind that I don't know what's coming next, because the art is so engaging. It's so Saturday morning. It's so like I buy these action heroes. Like
yeah.
everything feels like a world lived in, and I'm just now joining it. It's just the only thing that's not lived in this world is the mechanics of understanding how it actually works.
Yeah,
But the art is great.
yeah, yeah. It's great, and the story is it's I like it because it's in a sense it's simple. It's like our kids in danger. We gotta pull it all stops to save her, and so
Mhm.
we're desperate for anything. So it makes it believable that they're just kind of going for whatever Tash is telling them. Like, oh yeah, you gotta hook up to this thing, and then you gotta give some of your life force to this guy, and he'll give you a Green Lantern cube, and that big snake is the bad guy. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay,
Mhm.
so it makes sense, and it's fun because it's simple in the way that's like kid in trouble, parents trying to save her, and I enjoy that part of it. But where they're going with it, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, it's also very violent too. All of
Yes,
Penny's toys,
correct.
and the way that they go down is very brutal. Like it's almost a Quentin Tarantino esque style of like I watched some toys get decapitated,
Yeah.
but they don't give you the toy aspect of it. They give you like these are real life. So like you see blood, you see like bones, you see dismemberment. The way the certain character goes out with the sword in the back and the explosion, but the like sacrifice, I thought was great. But like so visceral, so bloody, so like oh my gosh,
Hmm.
like so this is clearly not a child's book or a children's book. But if this is a parent's book, you really drop the ball on the parents
Yeah,
or parent.
yeah, because he's just kind of one note, right? He doesn't.
He's not even one note
Yeah.
though. He's such a whimper and a fart,
Yes.
and then he throws up. Like it's it's all of the '90s television shows where they always got a frumpy comedian to marry this like hot 10 out of 10
Yes.
wife, and we're always like, how did this dude get with her? And he drops like three laughs, and they're like, all right, cool, like he's
Like
funny.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
If I was gonna throw out shots, but I was my shot would have been according to Jim because like that's
Yeah.
for me the largest
Yeah.
disparage of like how did Jim get Courtney Thorne
King of
Smith?
Queens.
He's funny, so I'll
That's
give
your
it to
point, though,
Kevin.
right? He's funny.
But that is my
Yeah.
point. He's funny. So like yes, but like again, to get I wish I remember her real name, Carrie
Yep.
in King of Queens. Underrated show. We could talk about that
So it's
for
great.
like that might be one of the quintessential New York TV shows. Anyway,
And one of the quintessential like top five most underrated, probably.
listen, we're gonna talk about
I love that.
Arthur.
I love that how you
Just Arthur.
process that. Like,
Yeah,
listen, don't get me started.
listen. Yeah, I want to get started on that now because we can really talk about King of Queens, and don't let this be our trope of we want to start talking about something else because there's enjoyment in this book, but there's a disconnect with the two characters that I'm supposed to fight behind and believe in, and I don't. For I don't know what reason that you wanted to make them a cook, unless like the writer and the artist are like they have a Duncan in their life and like this will show them, which always makes me laugh. Like anytime art imitates life and there's actually a Duncan that they know.
I always like that, but you always have this train of thought that the writers are borrowing this from this person, this from this person. I like
Yeah.
that. That makes it fun because it's like, what if they do know somebody like that? I've never thought like that before, which is it's just it's funny.
Well, I would hate that one of the writers thinks that this is them,
Yeah, could you imagine?
but you write what you know. So I hope you're not feeling like a Duncan, but he's such a he's for me he's a missed opportunity because he's the worst, but he could have been not necessarily the best, but just enough to support. And like, I'm interested now. I'm only interested to see where it goes because I feel like either he has the best redemption
He ha-
point
he
at
has
the
to, right? He
end,
has to.
or Sam just proves to be the queen that she is and just saves the day completely. But it's glaring how much he doesn't belong
Yeah,
in this
he's
story.
actually annoying to read. When I see his dialogue show, I'm like, oh man, I don't want to hear this guy's gonna be whiny about something.
If you were to ever describe Little Dick energy, it would be
Yeah,
Duncan.
yeah, it would. They're talking about Penny's birth in the
Hmm.
first issue. Like, oh yeah, she was a big baby. He's like, oh yeah, it made me like, was he like, made my ass clench the whole time. She's like, your ass, it was my vagina. Like
Yeah,
he,
and it was a funny line and a nice trade off between parents. So there's a real world level of that's taken from like somebody had that experience with their wife. I would assume.
it is exactly, but it's like classic Duncan complaining about her pregnancy.
Yeah. If we're already saying classic Duncan, we're not in a good spot. Classic Duncan just doesn't can't read the room.
We rate these on a good or bad basis. Boom for good, ba for bad, or whoosh for what did I just read? I'm gonna like I enjoyed more than I did enjoy. I'm gonna give it a boom.
Boom.
Ending notwithstanding, I was trying to say
Yep.
how to say that because that
Yeah.
ending twist or the lead, like you were saying, the lead into the next volume, not the best decision, but we'll see how it
Yeah.
pays out. Right? That I can't really shoot that down until we see where it goes. But in the moment, I was like, don't really like this.
This is the easiest for me to say after issues 3, 4, and 5. This is a
Oh,
whoosh.
he whooshed it.
Every issue turns into like, and now this person's taking the lead. Oh no, now this person died. Now this person's taking the lead. Oh no, we gotta go this person. Oh, here are these new villains you have to fight now. Okay, now they're coming after
Oh,
us.
that's right.
We
I
gotta go
forgot about
left.
the
We
new.
gotta go
Yeah,
right. We
I
gotta,
forgot that we made new monsters just to fight you. And then like, what? Yeah, I
right.
forgot about that.
And then with the twist on it, it's like, okay, I control these new
Yeah,
monsters now. It's like they weren't here the whole
yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah.
So this book turns into something that I can't believe they just keep inventing things. So it turns into an and then book,
Yeah.
but they forget to like if you just framed it because there's an amazing cover where they show Penny's brain and it's flowing, all the ideas are flowing out of it and how imaginative and expressive she could be. That's the only thing missing from issues 3, 4, and 5 to me not call it a whoosh. If you kept just reminding me like she's inventing it or like she's control of it or she's in the backdrop of just like this world makes sense in her brain, cool. But you made it seem like this is its own standalone universe and with the MacGuffin of the Green Lantern cube ring, the helicopters, the Owl Man, the Snake Demons, the Putties, the ninjas. There's a lot of whoosh going on.
Hmm.
There's a lot of and
No,
then going on. So
definitely. No,
I
no.
gotta be, and then the final ending. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck,
Yeah, that's
ew.
exactly what I was like, come on. What are we doing? What are we doing?
But there's something here. I would recommend it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's-
But that you're I think you're completely justified in the whoosh, so that makes perfect sense. Like I didn't even like I was like, yeah, he's right. He's right. It is a whoosh. I'm still gonna stick with my boom, but
No, stick with it because I want to finish it out, and this when I really get to like, we either gonna super shit on this or this is the greatest thing that they were setting us up for. But they're behind the wheel at this point. They're behind the ball. They're behind I don't know the blue line. They're at half court. Like they're not in a advantageous position to make a score, so they have to do a lot of groundwork.
yeah.
You sent me something. Now should I look at this before
I
you?
just I just wanted to finish the episode saying, God
Yep,
damn
yep,
it, Duncan.
yep. Makes sense.